Imagine stepping onto a ship so enormous that the first question isn't where your cabin is, it's where the ship ends. At 1,198 feet long, with 20 decks and room for thousands of guests, Icon of the Seas was designed to feel less like a traditional cruise ship and more like an entire resort city floating across the ocean. And behind that scale is a reported construction cost of around $2 billion. But the most surprising thing about Icon isn't simply how much it cost, it's what Royal Caribbean managed to fit inside it. The story begins in Finland, at the Meyer Turku shipyard, where this enormous vessel was constructed. Icon was floated out in December 2022, delivered to Royal Caribbean in November 2023, and officially debuted in Miami in January 2024. From the outside, it looks like a massive floating tower. But once you move inside, the scale becomes difficult to process. Icon of the Seas measures roughly 365 meters long and has a gross tonnage of about 248,663 GT, according to Royal Caribbean's fact sheet. Gross tonnage is a measure of enclosed internal volume, not simply weight, and that volume is what allows Icon to pack an extraordinary number of spaces, restaurants, attractions, and public areas into one vessel. And then comes the number that changes the entire picture. Icon has 2,805 staterooms and is designed for 5,610 guests at double occupancy, supported by around 350 international crew members. At maximum capacity, the ship can accommodate even more people. That means this isn't simply transportation, it's an entire vacation destination that happens to move. Royal Caribbean divided Icon into 8 distinct neighborhoods, each designed around a different experience. And one of the most dramatic is Thrill Island. Instead of simply putting a swimming pool on the upper deck, Royal Caribbean created Category 6, a massive water park at sea, featuring 6 record-breaking water slides. One of them, Pressure Drop, uses a near-vertical free-fall design, while other slides are built around raft rides and high-speed drops. Then there's Crown's Edge. It's part obstacle course, part suspended thrill ride, and part leap of faith. Participants can find themselves extending beyond the side of the ship high above the ocean. And somehow that's still only one part of the experience. Move away from the adrenaline, and Icon becomes completely different. Chill Island is built around relaxation, with multiple pools and ocean views. Royal Caribbean lists 7 pools and 9 whirlpools across the ship. There's also an adults-only retreat, giving passengers somewhere to escape the constant activity. But perhaps the most visually impressive space is the AquaDome. From a distance, its enormous glass structure almost looks like a futuristic building attached to the front of the ship. Inside, it becomes an entertainment venue, with panoramic ocean views and large-scale performances. Royal Caribbean describes the AquaDome as the largest glass and steel structure ever lifted onto one of its cruise ships. And then, the ship takes another unexpected turn. Walk into Central Park, and the atmosphere changes again. Instead of feeling like you're standing on a giant machine, you enter a neighborhood designed around greenery, restaurants, and open-air spaces. That contrast is one of Icon's biggest design ideas. The ship is enormous, but it constantly tries to break that enormous space into smaller experiences. You can spend the mornings surrounded by water and slides. Then, have lunch in a restaurant. Then walk through a garden-like neighborhood. Then watch a show. And later, stand on an upper deck looking across an ocean that suddenly makes the entire ship feel small. Food is another huge part of the design. Icon offers more than 40 ways to dine, drink, and be entertained, with everything from casual venues to specialty restaurants and lounges. The ship also includes entertainment spaces such as the Royal Theatre, Aqua Theatre, Absolute Zero, live music venues, and more. But the real luxury story begins when you move toward the suites. One of the most talked about accommodations aboard Icon is the ultimate family townhouse. It was designed as a multi-level suite with its own private outdoor space and direct access toward the ship's Surfside neighborhood. Reports around the ship's launch placed the most expensive accommodations at extraordinary prices, with the ultimate family townhouse reaching around $100,000 per week in some periods. Because cruise pricing changes by sailing, season, and availability, that figure should be treated as a reported rate rather than a permanent price tag. And that detail reveals something important about Icon. This ship wasn't designed around just one type of traveler. It was designed to give thousands of people completely different experiences on the same vessel. Families can head towards Surfside. Thrill seekers can attack the waterpark. Adults can disappear into quieter areas. Food lovers can move between restaurants. And passengers staying in premium accommodations can experience a much more private side of the ship. Then, there's the sheer engineering challenge. Keeping a structure this large, stable, comfortable, and functional at sea requires an enormous amount of planning. The ship has to move thousands of people through restaurants, theaters, pools, elevators, corridors, and public spaces without making the entire vessel feel like a crowded airport. That is where the concept of neighborhoods becomes important. Instead of one giant interior, Icon is organized into separate worlds. And that may be the secret behind its success. Because the biggest surprise about Icon of the Seas isn't that it is huge. It's that the designers understood that being huge alone isn't enough. The ship has to feel usable. It has to feel entertaining. And most importantly, it has to make passengers forget they're standing inside a vessel carrying thousands of people across the ocean. Icon officially entered service in January 2024, sailing 7-night vacations to the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Its launch was also a major public spectacle, with Lionel Messi taking part in the official naming celebration in Miami. Since then, Icon has become one of the most recognizable cruise ships in the world. And when you finally step back and look at the entire thing, the numbers start to make sense. 20 decks, nearly 1,200 feet of length, thousands of passengers, thousands of crew, 7 pools, 6 major water slides, 8 neighborhoods, dozens of dining and entertainment options, and a reported construction cost approaching $2 billion. It is difficult to describe Icon of the Seas as simply a cruise ship. It is closer to a floating entertainment district engineered to move through some of the most beautiful waters on Earth while bringing an entire resort experience with it. And perhaps that is the most fascinating part. The future of luxury travel may not always be about building something bigger on land. Sometimes, it means building something enormous enough to carry the luxury with you. If you enjoyed this look inside Icon of the Seas, subscribe to Billionaire Files for more incredible stories of extreme luxury, engineering, and the world's most extraordinary machines.